Here's the deal. Driving to Alaska kind of destroyed our trailer. I know that sounds kind of dramatic, but Dusty got put through a lot. The Alcan took a huge toll on the front part of the trailer. The subfloor started to come out, plus our frame cracked in Talkeetna. Plus we got some water damage in the back, so now that we're back, I have all this work I have to do.
So, like I was saying, while traveling around Alaska and Canada this past summer and fall, our 40-year-old Scamp trailer sustained a fair amount of damage. So when we were done traveling up north, we headed back to the Bay Area to visit our family and to have a place to make Dusty roadworthy once more. Previously, we showed the start of the repair work, and in today's video, we'll continue working on various projects, including finishing up the subfloor installation. But first, an update on the one thing that we got some professional help with. This was my first up-close look at the welding repairs we had done, and it looks like they did a really good job. We did initially get our cracked frame welded back together while in Alaska, but it was kind of a band-aid solution, until we could get home and remove the subfloor to see the entirety of the damage. Now I just need to touch up the primer and then repaint the frame, to fully prepare the area for installing our brand new subfloor. So today is the day that I start fiberglassing. Nothing like too crazy. I'm just gonna fiberglass the bottom of the subfloor. Oh man, honestly that did not go great. We'll see how it goes. I hope that it's gonna adhere properly and everything. I say this because during the process I realized that it probably wasn't a good idea to use a slow hardening catalyst in this weather. So I decided to add a second layer of epoxy mixed with a fast hardener as a precaution. Then I proceeded to occupy myself for the rest of the evening while waiting to see if I had totally messed up or not. My friend signed us up for a watercolor pet portrait class, which ended up being the perfect distraction.
Marj repainting is finished. It was a lot of fun. Yesterday I did the epoxy resin stuff, and I had to bring it into the basement immediately after fiberglassing it because it's just too cold outside, and I'm using a slow hardening resin because I don't know what I'm doing. I think it worked. It's pretty rough. But that's okay, no one's gonna see it. So, Uncle Dale, our Canadian uncle who saved us, had these shelves in his kitchen that were open floating shelves, and they were live edge wood. But the live edge was sanded down so there wasn't bark on it or anything. And I have this live edge table, but it has this bark. I varnished it and whatever, but like it's still flaking off. And I really liked the look of the ones at our uncle's house, so I think I'm gonna sand this down and get rid of the bark. Let's try to make this nicer.
You know that feeling when a storm is coming? The wind is blowing, the clouds are beginning to shroud the sky, but it's not raining yet. There's an undeniable energy about the world at these times. The exhilaration of the moments before something monumental is going to happen. That's how this felt.
Let's just hope they stay in the ground. Please, big eucalyptuses. So the storm is starting like now, but it's not terrible yet, and the show must go on. So I am gonna do 2 little Scamp things today. Frame is painted. Woo. Looks really good. I'm super happy.
I became obsessed with sanding this, and I just really want to make it look as good as I can. Now I'm gonna sand down all the little areas I patched with this 220 grit.
Okay, so here's one of the leaks I discovered. It's not super severe, but I think it's right here. So where these wires pass through, there's like some water dripping in, and I'm gonna seal that up. That's the easy leak. I'm gonna try this Flex Seal stuff. I've never used it before, but my aunt had a bunch of it all dried up, so I'll go get my silicone, I guess. Now I'm going to take this shelf out because I think there's a leak behind it. And then it drips down to here, and it already kind of messed up some of our walling. I need to figure this out before I put the new floor in because I don't want the floor to just immediately get wet. There's some screws on the outside holding it in, so first I'm going to take those out. I need to try just like cutting the walling off, honestly. Oh man. Oh, that's really wet. Okay, this is good. This is good. This needed to happen, I guess. It's actually a lot worse than I thought. It looks like the leak is actually just coming from the window. The sealant I used doesn't seem to work so well. I do not know, but I've been ripping out all of this walling that is wet, and that's pretty much all of it. The rest seems dry. So I'm gonna try and like dry this and clean it up the best I can, and then, I don't know, go from there. So I got a little too excited with the Dremel. I decided to just knock that whole shelf out in the front in that new like little leak area that I now have to fix. So, because I think even though I resealed the nails that go through the hole here, I think they were leaking. I am just gonna cut out this little fiberglass piece. That was a whole little side quest that I did not anticipate having to do. I knew that we had a little bit of a dampness problem back there, but I truly thought it was just condensation coming from the window. Little did I know that actually my window was leaking behind our walling. So I resealed it. I don't know if you can see it. All the walling that's out now is everything that was not salvageable. But I do have extra walling at my parents' house. We get to the desert to visit them to put the rest of the walling in. I'm gonna put some paper towels down in some strategic areas, and it's supposed to rain, I think, like tonight or tomorrow. And after that, if the paper towels stay dry and I'm confident that it's sealed, I'm gonna put the floor in. Alright, guess we'll see if any of these paper towels get wet tonight. They're dry. Oh, I'm so happy. It's a really, really big relief to me. To buy the screws I need to reinstall the subfloor, but I have a very special guest here today to help me. Look
Hi,
who
everyone.
it is!
Thanks for having me. Glad to be back.
Who are you?
I'm Skob.
So Scobie is visiting for the weekend and he's gonna help me with a couple of projects in the Scamp. But also we're kind of just hanging out with each other because we've been apart for about a week now since he's been working in the city and I've been up in the North Bay working on the trailer a bunch.
And we missed each other so much. Nice, looking good. You're on your Breaking Bad.
I've already made that joke!
Oh, have you? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's like cringe now. It's only funny like one, maybe two times. This is either side of the beam. I drilled these holes and then I measured, and this is like the halfway point between them two, so that's where I'm gonna put my screw. Nice. As if I don't already have enough things to do, inspiration has struck me. So, I actually already kind of started this project, but I didn't film any of it. I'm not sure why. I guess because, so it's the Woodstove. And in like our second video ever, I showed the whole process for how I did the Woodstove. So, I don't feel the need to really show it too in depth. But when I originally did the wood stove, I grouted it with like a gray grout, and I kind of always didn't like it. I had the idea to re-grout with like a terracotta color, and I also wanted to paint the outer box area. I couldn't find terracotta colored grout. So what I did was I got this paint. Scobie and I actually went and like got a terracotta pot and then brought it over to the paint section of the hardware store. And this one matched pretty well. And then I got this grout that has like a little bit of a light brown base to it versus putting it into just like plain white grout. So I'm gonna mix this to re-grout the stove with. You just add water. I'm gonna add a little bit less water than recommended though, since I am adding paint, which is liquid. Let's put like a little. I feel like it actually turned out pretty good. Like, it's more muted than the paint itself, but I'm fine with that. Honestly, I think it's gonna look nice. After prepping the surface and cleaning it up, these ones are the ones that always pop off. Those are the ones that give me problems. Otherwise, we've lost no other tiles. And we took this baby up to Alaska and back, so it could be more terracotta-y, I will admit. But, you know, I'm happy with it. It's close enough. Close enough is my new standard. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my mind trying to make everything perfect. And I definitely am gonna need some more grout. Luckily, I bought another pack, but look how much better that looks than this. I'm sorry, like maybe that's just me, but this gray, it's not it. But this. What are you doing, Skob?
So right now we're making a template of our previous mattress that was ruined in Alaska due to just getting super soaked. And we have a very unique shape where we can put the mattress, so we need to cut it. So right now that's what I'm doing. Using this cardboard.
It looks good.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Thanks for doing this for me.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm gonna go fiberglass now. I have all my stuff ready to go pretty much.
Oh,
so.
cool, okay.
really well. Like, I think that was my smoothest ever fiberglass experience. Oh my god, it looks so good! I can't wait for it to dry! And even though it's like probably in the mid-50s right now, it's definitely getting hot. So it's catalyzing and it's definitely gonna set up. So I'm super happy about that.
I'm kind of nervous.
Why? You've done it before.
I know, I've done it before. Okay.
It's a little bit wonky, but I think it'll do just fine.
Are you guys gonna open that box?
Yeah, what is it? You want to help me? No, you want to lick my foot? That's okay. Okay. Oh, this is the router.
Oh yeah? Oh wait, that's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, the router.
That's a thumbnail right there. I'm about to do the fiberglass work under the trailer. So you know how on the top side I fiberglassed it to the, what would you call that? Wall, I guess? Not really a wall, but you know what I mean. Now I need to do that under the trailer, and that's really probably not going to be a very fun job. But I'm going to do that now because it is the next step that needs to happen before I can do a couple other repairs. So that all needs to get fiberglassed in, plus that piece of wood right there that's on the frame.
Nearing the end of our renovations here in the North Bay, and soon we'll be heading down to SoCal, and then we'll be back on the road traveling hopefully by mid-February, late February, and we plan on heading out to the Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, check out some desert since we just spent a lot of time in some colder climates. As you know, Alaska, Canada, the rain, the storm that just came through California as well, so we're really looking for some sun here shortly.
Looks good, huh?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Thanks for coming to help me.
Excited. We're almost out of here.
I'm going to repaint in this closet and just paint the fiberglass because we used to have some wood in here to make some like thin wood walls, but honestly they're just unnecessarily heavy and we hardly even see them. So I think it's not really worth it to have the extra weight, so I'm just going to paint it all bright yellow instead, because that is a paint that I already found in the basement, so might as well use it.
Not me spilling paint. Not that bad.
So bright. I love it.
Like the beavers we saw.
Oh my god, no you did not. Oh my god, Skobi!
Yep.
Do you think I'm painting this yellow because we've been listening to that SpongeBob music?
Oh my god.
It infiltrated my brain. It looks, wait, did you see?
No, I can't see it. It's hard.
Come look. You want to
Oh,
see?
it's good.
You like?
You can do the sides too?
I'm gonna do everything. It's gonna
Yes!
be like a really bright yellow cabinet inside. Gotta be a better way to do this.
Yeah. Right now, Della is putting in some new pipes for our faucet, our water system, or sink.
Those are all words.
Those are all
for- Thanks, you're so encouraging.
That's a thing that goes on in construction.
I'm very happy to report that we are finally starting to get to the end of this whole Scamp remodel repair situation. It's actually finally starting to kind of look like our house again. It all happened at once, and I feel like that's just kind of how it goes, because like that's how it was the first time that we renovated the trailer. It feels like you're getting nowhere and you're doing all of this work and the Scamp is ripped apart, but then everything kind of comes back together really quickly and easily. and you take a moment, you're like, oh, I did accomplish something. It actually does look nice in here. I added this little magnetized whiteboard thing. I cut this piece of wood and I painted it, and I like attached it, and I'm going to attach some hooks to it. Maybe we'll hook our keys, maybe we'll hook like a jacket or two, Marge's leash, whatever. Still working on this. The bench is back in place and it's repainted. That's gonna have to wait until we get down to SoCal because my parents actually have my extra walling stuff. Reinstalled this little storage thing that we have, which is nice, these little drawers. Fireplace is looking good. It's repainted and re-grouted. Still need to fix this cabinet. I need to reinstall the fireplace because it's not connected right now. I put the new window frame in. With the new panel. We're pretty much in the clear at this point. Just gotta finish up a few little things and then the Scamp will be all sorted out. And once it is completely done, I do want to do a Scamp tour because I've been saying I was gonna do that for like almost a year. But then it just like, it hasn't been working out. But now that the Scamp will be freshly repaired and everything, I think it's gonna be the perfect time.